River Silt by Keki and Daruwalla is a deeply philosophical poem. A half-burned skull, the river Silt, the treasures which the waters of a river carry, the changes which take place in course of time, and the speculations which all these facts give rise to. These are all brought together in a poem to create a pattern of thought which only a reader with philosophical mind can comprehend. This skull had been plucked from the fire before the fire could burn it completely. It is blue in patches, but on the whole it is grey in color and has reddish spots near the sockets of the eyes. Perhaps it had started raining suddenly when the body was being cremated, and so the skull had remained only half burned. Or perhaps the logs of wood had not been properly arranged when the dead body was placed upon them, so that all the logs did not catch fire, with the result that the skull remained only partially burned. In the hollows of the eyes of the skull, neither terror nor frenzy had ever made its appearance. The only expression which had ever appeared here was that of despair or hopelessness. A river is judged by the distance between its source and the point at which it meets the ocean. It is judged by the amount of water which flows in it and by the quantities of fish which dwell in it. The river Ganga is, according to the general view, a big river, but there are bigger rivers in the world. The Yangtze, the Amazon, the Amur, and the Congo are all bigger rivers and carry larger quantities of water into the ocean than the Ganga does. Collective layers of my psyche sleep here, says the speaker in the poem, with reference to the river about which he is speaking. What he means is that this river embodies his whole thinking, which is based upon his knowledge of the entire history of this country. This is an ancient river, but its ultimate fate will be the same as that of other rivers. 10,000 years from now, death would begin to overtake everything in its valley, as in other valleys. Even birds would have migrated from here to other places because this place would run short of food for the birds. Perhaps one day, 3 visitors from some other planet would arrive here, and while digging through the accumulated silt of this river, would come upon a half-burned skull, just as the 3 wise men of the East came upon Jesus Christ, lying in his cradle in the hay. And when those 3 aliens dissect that skull and examine its interior, they would find all the accumulated memories of the past of this nation. Near the skull, they would find the seed of some great truth, which would prove to be immortal and therefore more powerful even than death.